Good morning, and I hope that you and your family are doing well. Shooting this video was somewhat of a bittersweet experience. Not only sitting in front of your computer and pretty much talking to yourself, making you feel a little bit silly, but the circumstances obviously behind the video are sort of somewhat sobering. And on top of that, there is definitely a certain disappointment in, unlike previous years, not being able to recognize, in person all the accomplishments of our students. I'll try to do my best by way of a short, this short video. But our award ceremony is really meant as a celebration, and I hope to convey that in the few minutes that I have. A celebration for all the great things that our students are, doing for us, in addition to, acknowledging all the contributions that some of them have actually individually made, right? The video is not the same, but I want to, again, hope to convey my appreciation for all the things that our students have been contributing to our department and the pride that I have in those accomplishments. So our awards are actually several different things, and they recognize several different things, right? Some of them recognize scholarly excellence, be it in, for outstanding performance in one or a couple of our more difficult classes, or excellence across the board, as determined by your GPA. Other awards are bestowed to students who have actually helped us in some of our research mission. Many students play an important role in our labs, and we try to give as many of them an experience in finding out what research is all about. And they often actually do more than just help. They often make significant contributions, and these awards, the awards that are given to those students, are in recognitions of those accomplishments. And last but not least, many of our awards acknowledge the fact that without the help of all the TAs that we rely on for our courses, basically the teaching mission of our department would come to a screeching halt. The only way we've been able to handle the growth in enrollment that computer science and engineering has been experiencing over the past few years is because of all the incredible help that we've received from our own students, right? And so without the help of those students serving as TAs in our courses, we would not be able to essentially deliver on our mission. And those awards are meant to recognize their contributions in those courses. So again, for all the students who've received those awards, congratulations, right? Well-deserved. I could not be more proud of all of you. I want, however, to reach out in particular to those of you who seniors who will not be coming back next year, or at least most of you will not, unless you've decided to pursue a master's, in which case we'll be delighted to see you again. But for those of you, I appreciate that this is in some sense a bitter end to the 4 years that you've spent at WashU. You've sort of not getting to cross the finish line in person. But at the same time, you should know that you could not be better prepared, right? You are ready to take on whatever challenges lie ahead of you, and I'm looking forward to hearing about all the great things that you're going to be doing. For the others, we'll welcome you again in the fall, hopefully in person. We hope to again count on you to help us do better and greater things, including teaching our courses. And I hope you all have an enjoyable summer. Hopefully the crisis will have subsided by then, but in the meantime, please stay safe, and best wishes to you and your family from the CSE department.
Hello, my name is Ron Citron. I'm faculty in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and I have the pleasure of serving as our department's Associate Chair. As Associate Chair, part of my duties include conducting the survey for the awards that we give out to our undergrads. Our undergrads are recognized for their excellence both in scholarship and service, and this year we have a great group of students we're recognizing in this particular way. Normally we would be able to have a ceremony in person, but using this video, we're pleased to put out to the world as an example of great scholarship and service these undergraduates who have enriched the life of our department so greatly. These students have served as TAs for our courses, and without them as our TAs, there's no way we could teach at the quality or scale that we currently manage. Some of these students have been involved in our research labs. They have helped us push new directions in our research and in our education mission. So congratulations again to all of you. I look forward to following your careers as you go out into the workforce or grad school, wherever your fortune may take you. I wish you the very best.
I think it's great that the department is recognizing a select group of undergraduates. It's important to recognize that this is not just about GPA, and that's a really important point here, because frankly at WashU, everybody has the ability to do really great intellectual things, because that's one of the reasons you're here. So these awards are given to folks that faculty have uniquely identified as having essentially just done great stuff, and whether it's in service or intellectual contribution in various research domains or other ways that people have been engaged, it really speaks to the fact that our computer science students really are going to be the leaders in the field and in other fields going forward. So it's really thrilling to see that particular group of students get selected. So if you're one of the winners, congratulations. In particular, in this, shall we just say, very bizarre time, it's nice to have a little bit of normalcy. And one of the things we do every graduating year is give select awards to undergraduates. So you should all feel pretty good about that.
I'm Anne. I'm a junior at WashU. I major in computer science with a minor in linguistics. Came in undecided. And in the first semester, I took 131. And then it really interested me. So I took 247 the following semester. And then I felt I think CS can be a major for me. For me, I really appreciate the flexibility that WashU offers. I really appreciate having the chance to explore. I'm considering both research and industry job. So they are pretty different. And then I had an internship in the industry last summer. And then this summer, I was hoping to do a research with two of the professors so that I can see and compare and then make a decision for myself.
Congratulations to Finn Wojcik for being recognized as an outstanding undergrad in our department. Finn has been an integral part of the teaching mission of our department, having TA'd several courses over his years here. For me, he spent a good deal of time over the past year helping me prepare our brand new quantum computing course. That work included coming up with homework assignments. He delivered a lecture on one of the algorithms that we covered last semester. Finn, you've been just such a great partner in developing this material, and I wish you great success in your grad school studies.
Alex Baker. I'm in the class of 2020, and I'm studying computer science and a second major in finance. I enjoy computer science because it's applied logic. You're designing these programs that need to do the same thing every time, but at the same time, you're designing applications that can do amazing things. And so I think that medley of simplicity, but also the vast possibility of computers really makes me enjoy computer science. One of my favorite things at my time at WashU was the ability to second major in finance. I really enjoyed that flexibility, and I know the computer science program encourages that. A CSE 330, I really enjoyed it because it forced me to learn a lot of skills really fast, and I still use those skills every day. I'm coming back to WashU to take my master's in computer science in a year, and I'm really looking forward to that. My dream job is probably a mix of raw coding, computer science at its best, but also working with people, solving real world problems, and just having the opportunity to go out, talk to people, figure out solutions to their problems, and make the world a better place. I am an avid cat lover. I have 6 cats in my house here, and that has made my time in self-isolation that much better.
My name is Shen Hao, and I'm a computer science major. Right now, I'm a junior, but I'm also going to graduate this year and do a BSMS program also in computer science next year. Last year, I did a research with Professor Jen and worked on computer security, where I worked on programs that can automatically detect bugs in other programs, and so helps improve the security of like C++ or C programs. And I think last semester I worked with Professor Aguirre and worked on a scheduler where you can get a bunch of tasks with different priorities, and you can schedule them in a way that you don't miss any important tasks, and you can drop some like unimportant tasks. I think my current plan is I want to try to do more research and maybe get a paper in my next year, like in my master's, so I can have more material for me to apply for PhD. But I also like to work for a year or two first before getting to PhD, so I can get some real world experience and I can know more about what is important in the real world. I think I will end up working someplace in the industry, and I'd really like to work on some high impact projects that can really help people. I think by studying computer science, there's a chance that I can use like my work to make some impact to the world.
I am Utkrishta Malla. I'm studying computer engineering. I'm a second-year dual degree student. Well, I've been interested in computer science ever since I can remember. It was my dad who inspired me to get into computer science because he was also really into computers. Well, I really like the classes here. I like how rigorous they are. They really challenge me and make me think about things in details. Like I have to go at a deeper level of understanding of all the concepts rather than just understanding superficial things. In terms of projects that I worked on, so I worked on a few projects in my 360 class. That enabled me to understand how CPUs actually work at the level of individual components like gates and things like that. So I would like to have my own startup, and I would like to have my own company 5 or 10 years down the road, because machine learning and AI is so interesting. Or I would probably be working on designing operating systems and things like that, because I like operating systems. I also really like astrophysics and quantum mechanics, and if I weren't doing computer science, then I'd probably be doing those things.
My name is Riley McEwen. I am a junior currently, and I study computer science. So I'm originally from Montana, and in Montana, when I went through school, I really wanted to study computer science. It seemed like it was a really powerful field. So Professor Cosgrove, he is a great professor, and he is actually how I got my job to work with the department over the summer. And then I'm having a class with them right now, and both those classes are really fun. It's not a huge consideration of the grades you're going to get, but more what are you going to do to learn as much as you possibly can along the way. And it's really the style of class where you get out of it what you put into it. And I really love the material that he's taught both semesters, so I've gotten a lot out of it. And those are probably my favorite classes so far here at Washington. I really actually like just developing software, mostly on the back end. And so it'd be really cool to be some sort of like a architect for a company, or if nothing else, just a developer still on the back end. And hopefully I can do some outreach to local schools and organizations that don't have computer science classes, but they could benefit from them, just like the situation I was in. And I want to try to help students get early exposure to computer science. My experience TAing and getting into some of the theoretical material that you probably wouldn't in a job situation is really interesting. At my time at WashU, I've never had a professor who I'd rather have not had again. And all the courses I've had have been extremely enriching. Keep doing what you're doing, and I've had a really great time, and I've learned a lot in all the classes I've been in.
So my name is Sarah Pfeiffer. I am a junior, and I am a computer science and history double major. It's really easy to kind of motivate yourself to do work and kind of learn more when you're doing it with a team, to work with people on assignments. So that's definitely been kind of my most favorite part of the computer science major. I think that more so than my friends in other majors, I kind of get to work with people the most and meet new people in all of my classes and kind of get to learn in a way I think that's most similar to how people learn in the real world. I'm definitely interested in pursuing something software engineering after I graduate. One of the great parts about computer science, initially I always thought I wanted to do further education, but I definitely think that going into a job in the industry doing software engineering, I would still continue to learn in that. And that's something that I think is really great, that I could jump right into a SWE role and kind of start learning. So 5 or 10 years from now, regardless of what job I'm in, I'm still learning. I'm still kind of finding new ways to challenge myself and learn new practices and new opportunities. I definitely would like to be in a role where I'm able to kind of help other people learn too and be in that more collaborative leadership position, whatever shape that may take. I'm really passionate about the Oregon Trail video game, and I used to be on the leaderboard for the online Oregon Trail game.
Hi, my name is Agnes Das Gupta. I'm a senior in the class of 2020, and I'm studying computer science with a minor in bioinformatics. I think coming into WashU, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to study, and I took my first computer science class. I think I was really attracted to the versatility of the subject and like the different applications combined with the quality of the CS department here. I think what I've enjoyed most of all is the collaborative nature of computer science at WashU. I think every class has always been ample support, both academically and just in terms even external support for like finding jobs and internships. I think that kind of collaborative nature of the computer science department, something that really sets it apart, was probably the most enjoyable part of the experience for me, combined with like the wide variety of classes that are offered by the department as well. So I've actually got into the master's program here, the one-year BSMS program for computer science. I think my dream job would be one as like a project manager for technology. I think having that foothold in software engineering is something that I think is really valuable. But I think that transition from the purely technical side to being able to work with the business is something that really attracts me. My experience in the department has been really incredible, both in terms of the research that I've been able to do over the last year, as well as all the classes I've been able to take. TAing too has been an incredible experience. That has been a really holistic way for me to experience computer science here at Washington.
My name is Daniel Aguirre. I'm a senior and I'm studying computer science engineering. I love a good challenge when it comes to like computer science. I think it's very entertaining, and I like to have a lot of fun with that. I find a lot of joy in like solving problems. I found myself like gravitating to my comp sci homework, even though I had other homework to do, just because it was like entertaining to like break it down and then build it back up with the different parts. I think the thing that I've liked the most is just like how many TAs there are in the department. I've personally been a TA, and it just provides such a collaborative environment where like undergrads help undergrads and support them through the courses. I think working with small businesses around the country and helping them develop like their technology needs would be super awesome, just because I come from a family where there's a lot of small businesses, and I've seen the need for technology and how it can help move those businesses along. I've had an amazing time at WashU, like with my peers and all my professors, so it's just been amazing 4 years.
My name is Noah Goldstein. I'm in the class of 2020, and I'm studying computer science. I started studying computer science near the end of my sophomore year. Prior to that, I had been a philosophy major, and I had taken CSE 131 the first semester of my sophomore year. I thought it was reasonably interesting, and so I decided to switch majors, and I took 5 CS courses every semester since then. My favorite thing about WashU has definitely been the professors that are interested in doing a good job teaching. I really like TAing and trying to contribute to the classes in meaningful ways, and I think the professors are generally open to modifying or improving the courses, and it's given me an opportunity to work on a lot of fun projects. My dream job in 5 to 10 years involves some level of research, whether that is in industry or academia. is still entirely undecided.
My name is Aubrey King. I'm in the class of 2020, and I study computer science and economics. So I chose computer science as one of my majors because coming into college, I wanted to pursue something that had a lot of creative outlets. And then I very quickly fell in love with computer science. I took CSE 131 my sophomore year, and from there, the rest was just easy. I had to keep doing it. There's something incredibly satisfying about being able to spend hours writing code, click a button, see something happen, and know that every time that thing happens, it happens because you wrote the code the way you did. CS work has a cycle of kind of work versus reward that almost nothing else that I've done in my academic career has. The amount of work you put in really does relate directly to what you get out of it in a way that's like just incredibly satisfying. So my favorite experience that I've had with CS at WashU last summer, I worked with Professor Citron on developing a research pairing website for CS undergraduates looking for research jobs. And being able to have that kind of access to a professor and that amount of time to work on one single project that I really felt like I had ownership over was like ridiculously gratifying. But I also felt like I had done something that was actually going to help students like me find jobs down the road. So my plans for after graduation for now, I've accepted a job offer from Amazon as a software engineer in one of their Seattle offices. So my only goal for myself is that 10 years from now, I'm still doing something where I feel like I get to approach problems in different ways, I get to apply critical thinking skills, and I feel like I am creatively thinking of new ways to solve problems.
My name is David Lee Chow. I'm a senior computer science major, and I'm from Olathe, Kansas. You know, when I look back at all of the long nights I've spent at WashU, all of the hard work, every challenge I've had to overcome, the number one thing that sticks out are the friends that have been by my side. It's really because of them that I've been able to grow and mature. The next step is that I'm going to be a product manager at Twitter. You know, these past 4 years have felt like 4 lifetimes. One of the biggest takeaways I've learned is really not to associate your life goals or your 5 or 10-year goals with any specific job or any specific company, but rather to focus on associating your success with who you are as a person. In an ideal scenario, 5 to 10 years from now, I can still be who I am right now, which is a driven person who always makes time for his friends and family, but really values relationships most of all. And, you know, maybe if I could host SNL, that would be pretty cool also. But I really consider everything I've experienced over the past 4 years to be a true blessing. That my training at WashU has prepared me really well. And even though we might not have ended our senior year as we would have liked, I still will never forget all of the memories, all of the people who've helped me over the years. Also the university for selecting me as a Langsdorff Scholar to make it possible to come to WashU, for funding my research, and just giving me the emotional and professional support I needed to become who I am today.
My name is Arthur Ratu. I'm in the class of 2020, and I'm studying computer science. An interest in problem solving in general, and I found that computer science lets you actually solve problems in practice because it allows you to directly apply your knowledge to solving problems. For instance, building a server that connects various apps or finding algorithms that sequence DNA more efficiently. I'd have to say independent study with Professor Citron. We were studying quantum computing. I was very fortunate that he had an interest in studying that as well, or pursuing that as well, because it's just a topic that interests me and there weren't other classes available. And there's just great flexibility offered to let me learn the material. Yeah, I am particularly interested in finding connections between things in different fields or areas. So perhaps connections between music and computer science, or similarities between various problems in physics and algorithms in computer science. I'm very grateful for Professor Citron helping me in that study, and then in working with Professor Citron to set up the university's quantum computing class. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity I had last semester to give a series of lectures while Professor Citron was away. I found that was a very insightful experience. Structuring the lectures and covering the material helped me gain a new perspective.
I'm Emmy Wiederhold. I am majoring in computer science, minoring in architecture and design, part of the class of 2020. After about a year in architecture, I realized that I was able to actually be more creative in computer science. I really like building things and having like a visual product at the end of building something, a usable website or an app or something like that. I just felt I could be more creative in the software side than building things with my hands and models. So will be moving out to Los Angeles, hopefully in July, to start a full-time job as a user interface developer at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab. I've interned at NASA Goddard as well as JPL, and I just fell in love with NASA in general. It seems like people are there for a long time and that they really love their jobs. I can see myself staying at NASA for a long time. I'm going in as a user interface developer, and that does encompass things like web development and AR, VR, and mobile apps. So I'm hopeful that I can kind of get a taste of all of those things. My app, so that research project that have been working on with Professor Todd Sproul, actually is very close to going to the App Store. So I built that from the ground up. It's just called ISAT-2, the app. So ISAT-2 is the mission, Ice Cloud and Land Elevation Satellite 2.
My name is Mariah Yelnick. I'm a senior graduating in May, double majoring in computer science and statistics. I started TA in CSE 131 my first semester. Thanks to Ron Citron, I met him at orientation, and he sort of saw my potential and gave me that opportunity. Since then, I have been promoted to be the head TA for CSE 131. Through these last 6 semesters or so of TAing, I've met so many incredible people and helped so many students, and really discovered my passion for teaching. I hope to teach at some point later in my career, but right now I want to get some industry experience, get someone else to pay for my PhD, hopefully, and then we'll see where it takes me. I help teach or tutor at MECC, which is WashU's prison education project. We started a computer science class out there last semester. I think it'd be really awesome to get more involved with that community. Education is not just something you should do to get a job or get a degree. I think there's so much value in just learning something new just for the sheer sake of learning something.
My name is Julia Downey. I'm a senior, so I'm in the class of 2020, and I'm a major in computer science, and I have a minor in organization and strategic management. What I love about computer science is that it pretty much affects, I think, most of our lives every day, whether we realize it or not. There's just infinite possibilities. So despite the fact that I'm a computer science major and I'm into engineering, I also have a lot of other passions that I could apply computer science to. So the most impactful part of my time here at WashU is definitely being the president of the Women in Computer Science Club here on campus. And when I became president, something that I was really passionate and focused on was allowing generations that were going to come after me at WashU to get access to the same information that I was desperately looking for and could not find my freshman year. And the most rewarding part of being the president of the Women in Computer Science Club is seeing it grow exponentially since we started it, and then also seeing how a lot of women have had the chance to get exposed to computer science, stay in the major because now they feel comfortable and they feel like they have a network, and they feel like they actually can do it. Being a leader of the club has taught me so much about just different perspectives of being a woman in computer science, being a minority in a field, and really working to carve out your own space and not just adhere to what people think someone in computer science should be or do, but actually just thrive as your own person in your major and then in your career following college.
My name is Jackie Wong, and I am currently a senior, and I study computer science with a math minor. One of the things that the computer science department that I really love is they help to support the Women in Computer Science group to attend the Grace Hopper Conference. Through the Grace Hopper Conference, I was able to find a full-time opportunity with Google as part of their Cloud Technical Residency program with the cloud sector of Google. And it's a rotational program, so we try out 3 different types of roles within that sector. And then from there, we can kind of pick a full-time position. Women in Computer Science. It was really exciting to be one of the founding second cohort members. My first role was Director of Professional Development. Last year I finished up as the internal vice president for Women in Computer Science. And for that role, focused more kind of on just building the community at WashU. I love Women in Computer Science because it's a really supportive group. Professor Neumann, our faculty advisor, who's fantastic, Grace Hopper Conference. Last year we sent about 25-ish women. I guess something else that I'm also involved with on campus that I really enjoyed while I was at WashU was the Lunar New Year Festival. The first year I got to do water sleeves dance, and then the second year I got to choreograph it. So that was one of my I think pinnacle moments in terms of my dance or repertoire at WashU.
To all of you who are either members of the computer science and engineering community here at WashU, people who are thinking about becoming members of that, or are just, shall we say, well connected to someone who is a member, I want to just tell you how proud I am that besides being dean of what I think is a pretty cool engineering school, I'm also a faculty member in this department. And it's no surprise that computing and computer engineering are just part of the future of the world, frankly. And it's very exciting to be part of that group. And if you are contemplating joining us, I would ask that you get to learn about the people that are here, because at the end of the day, it's the people within a department that should be why you want to become a member of that group.